Hello there, everyone. Ashnflash here. Welcome back to the 15th Ashncast. We missed a few weeks, but yeah, I'm joined by Just Too Good, as always.
What's up? Yeah, it's been so long. It feels like years ago.
Yeah, so we kind of, I'm still kind of sick, so we fell behind, and there was a Star Wars thing and a celebration, and we did a live recording of or reaction to that. It's up
That is true.
right now on Just Too Good's Twitch. So
Yeah. Just Too Good YT if you guys haven't seen that.
mm-hmm. So yeah, it's I mean, if you want to hear our thoughts, that they're there. We've
One word thought on the trailer.
More. Well, I can't. Not one word. Interesting, I guess, would be one word.
I was gonna say the same thing actually. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. And there was a bunch of other news, but like, there's not really any point talking about it now because I'm sure you've heard about it. So yeah, we figured we just talk about the Avengers because that's really what everyone wants to hear and talk about. So
I guess we'll do non-spoilers first, right?
yeah, non-spoilers
Okay.
and then spoilers.
So there you go.
All right, what were your sum it up in one word?
I mean, I could do a phrase.
Okay.
The best kind of fan service.
Mm.
I feel like.
Mm.
I feel like that's the movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice. You've seen it twice.
Seen it twice. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Infinity War I think stood alone better as a movie, but this one I think if you're as dedicated as I guess most of our fans probably are,
Mm-hmm.
you'll probably love this movie.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about it standing alone and everything. But I would just say perfection, really. I mean, because we've waited, like, this is 22 movies in the making, and I just think that everything that they did in there was just, it was great. It was really great.
I do have my gripes, but
I do as well, but it's not really any, like, yeah, anyways. Yeah. But I guess if you don't want to hear spoilers, if you haven't seen it, come on now, go watch it. But
spoiler alert.
Spoiler
Okay.
alert.
Mom, if you're watching this video, click away now. Ain't gonna see it for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna spoil it.
3,
Okay, 3,
2,
2,
1.
1. All right, now spoiler talk. Okay, where do we start?
Let's start with the beginning, I guess.
The beginning.
I was felt when they went to the garden or whatever that planet was, and they wrapped things up with Thanos. I'm like, okay, I have literally no idea where this movie is headed now. Like, it was
Legit,
just,
I was like, what?
yeah.
What? And that stupid IMAX thing came into my head, and I'm like, uh-oh, that scene was not shown yet.
Oh yeah, well that was, yeah. So they were very wrong about that, about the
Yeah.
15 minutes, because there's a lot in the trailers. Like, you see the compound being blown up, which
That's
I
the
figured
only
as
one
well.
I see, yeah. That was the only thing, though, I thought, when they show Hawkeye walking through the tunnels and stuff.
Well, not just that, but every single
showed
time
it
that you see them in the quantum realm suits, that's not in the first 15 minutes.
Oh, fair. Good point. Yeah, you're right.
And yeah, the three of them walking over to Thanos. Yeah, it was interesting. But there's also the shot of Rocket on War Machine that you see. Actually, Iron Patriot, which I realized the second viewing that it's blue and red, and I had that
Really?
confirmed by Sai. So that was interesting. I didn't expect that. But yeah, I was felt like I knew that there was going to be a time jump, obviously for a lot of reasons with some of the casting, as well as we have the Mark 85. So what happened to like the last 40 suits? Like what happened?
It was the Mark 85. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they don't even market it. Like on the box, it says just Iron Man, but the official suit is 85. So, I knew that going in. I thought it was gonna be more than 5 years. I didn't expect it to be that small chunk of time, but.
Of course, we find out that Tony has a daughter, that was a
Morgan.
shocker to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you expect that?
I kind of expected him to have the simple life as he called it in the past movies, like Barton. So I didn't expect him to have a kid though. That was
I thought him and Pepper were going to be broken up or something. Like I thought when he returned, she was going to be mad at him because if you remember the last movie, she was like when he was on the phone with her on the ship. I thought something was going to happen there. Like she was going to be mad that he did all this.
Yeah, just left, and well, he was gone for 23 days, I think it was.
Yeah.
I was a little confused by what was happening in that scene. Did he?
What do you mean?
Because he didn't look very frail. He didn't look frail at all on the ship, and then when he came back to Earth, he was just like Captain America, skin and bones.
No, well, what I noticed was that when he's playing paper football,
yeah,
with
Nebula,
that was definitely before. That was like probably day 1 or day 2, and then the scene after, he looked frail to me. Like,
yeah,
he looked frail. So I think that was like a time skip of like a few days or something when he starts recording stuff.
Every few lines. I think every time that you saw something, because he was wearing a different outfit a lot of the days too, of like when they were working on the ship, and then when they were that scene where she gave him the whatever that was, the food or whatever, the rations that for that day. Yeah.
I see.
Did you well? I don't. You called Captain Marvel rescuing him.
Yeah.
You also called the movie opening as Clint with Clint's family.
Yeah,
that was powerful, by the way.
That was. I mean, yeah, it was. We all knew what was going to happen, but it was very powerful.
And
I like
the first.
I guess I'm the fanboy who freaking cried like every 5 seconds.
I was like, yeah. I mean, I can't even tell you when I was in tears, because I'm pretty sure like at least the entire third act, I was just like it just never stopped.
Yeah.
But the first time that I saw the movie, they were doing like this little Disney junket thing, and they were just showing like all the trailers and stuff, and then all of a sudden we're just on the Barton farm. There was no countdown, there was no IMAX, there was no nothing, and then we're just on the Barton farm, and I'm like, okay, I guess movie's starting.
It was like that, yeah. I mean, even when I saw it like a second time, like it just starts. That's just the start of the movie, no cut, and yeah, so. Just the amount of surprises in there for like fan service surprises, I acknowledge it, but like the Ancient One showing up, I didn't expect that at all.
I loved the first Avengers, still do, and to see it from that perspective, I loved.
Yeah.
Like I love Doctor Strange, and I love seeing that. Oh yeah, there were wizards in New York, and they were defending the sanctum. Like that's awesome.
I love. Yeah, that was such a good. That was a really cool. Again, like you said, perspective. Seeing, what is it, Alexander Pierce again or whatever?
Yeah, and he's done acting as well. That was crazy.
Yeah, Robert Redford.
How much money did they have to do for that? Yeah. Like that's crazy.
There's times like that. Like again, like I said with the Ancient One, showing up. But I wonder how much they paid her. Who else was a good cameo? They had the guy from Agent Carter, apparently, who
Jarvis,
which is the first time a TV character has appeared in an MCU movie. So
that was interesting, yeah.
Who else? I mean, they
had Howard
at the end. Yeah, well, at the end, I mean, it doesn't even feel right talking about it at the funeral scene.
Oh yeah,
they had the kid from
Harley, yeah.
They had Marissa Tomei, Aunt May.
Aunt May, yeah.
They had,
the Pims.
The Pims, yeah.
They had the mom from Wakanda as well.
Yeah, Angela Bassett, right? Yeah. Like, so many. It's crazy. Like, they just put all their money in here. And, another surprise cameo, Korg and Meek. I was like, what? And you
playing Fortnite.
Yeah,
and they were in Salty Springs, so there you go.
Salty Springs, there you go. People are saying that must be like a private server because Fortnite's probably gone at.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That took me out of the movie because I'm like, 5 years down the line, Fortnite's still going. Also, Salty's still there, and then I started going down all these like rabbit holes of like, okay, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But
it might have dated them a bit. I don't know. But,
yeah. It was still funny to see.
There's still a lot of there's some weird product placement like the Audi, the Axe body spray, like kind of annoying if we want to get to some gripes. Maybe just the fanboy in me is just overseeing those, and they probably would have been worse if it was a worse movie. But and a lot of people don't like just that, when they go time traveling and stuff. But I really dug that stuff.
I loved it, and I love that to the best of their ability they tried and fixed things. There are a lot of problems with what they did.
Oh, so many.
But I guess the biggest
chalk it up to like alternate universes and stuff.
Oh, 100%. But the biggest problem is they killed 2014 Thanos. And if he never went on, if they killed 2014 Thanos, then he never went on to do the snap in the first place.
Yeah. Well, again, all this to me, all that makes sense with what they explained, until Captain America is just at the end.
What do you mean?
You get what I'm saying? So, how they explained it made sense because they basically took them from alternate universes and brought them to their universe.
No.
With 2014 Thanos. What do you mean?
They didn't take it from an alternate universe. They took it from the past, and the plan is that Captain America just goes back in time and literally just like, Ancient One, here's the stone. Yeah, we did the thing. We're good. Right where it happened, so that the events in the future, so like when Star-Lord wakes up, he still goes into the room, he grabs the orb, everything's fine, the movie still happens. See what I mean? So like,
well, how I saw, you might be right about that. How I saw it was that what they did was they created alternate universes, I guess they should say, by messing with the timeline of taking them from there and bringing them to their present, their future. But what I'm thinking gets contradicted at the end because Captain America stays in the past and he's still in the same universe as that one. So that supports your side where it's like, yeah, what they did in the past does change the past. I just chalked it up to, hey, if they take this, it creates an alternate universe.
But I think that Captain America always was meant to stay in the past.
Was meant to stay in the past.
I think he might have always done that. And she just kept it a secret or whatever, because there's a line in the first one, or in the Winter Soldier, when she says, Captain America saved whatever, the man that I'm married to or whatever. I don't know. She had a lot of secrets. Even her niece said that, which really complicates things because if they got married, then he kissed her niece.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Well, that's what I was saying, like, I just chalked it up to be, okay, when they go back in the past, they travel to this alternate universe. It's hard to explain. They travel to this alternate universe, they get what they got, they go to the future, and it's not even their alternate universe. They go to the past, but they create a split in time where this event happens.
But that's what the Ancient One and Bruce were showing.
Yeah, I know, and then they showed that they're going to put it back. Yeah, but I still chalked it up. Okay, yeah, but what's really happening is this. But it gets contradicted. Either way you look at it, one way contradicts the other. So yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Because first of all, like, I get that this could set up the Loki show, but Loki stole the Tesseract, which means that he never gets arrested on.
Yep.
Asgard, and then how would they even get the Reality Stone if he wasn't even there?
Right.
And
no, you're totally right.
And also, Cap says, "Hail Hydra" to them. Then what happens? They go up and they're like, "Hey, so you're Hydra now?" He's like, "What?" So that just completely also ruins.
Exactly. Well, that's why I was saying what it does is what they did was unknowingly they created alternate universes where this happens. But what I'm saying is totally contradicted because when Captain America goes back in time, he's still in the same universe. So that doesn't make sense. So it's just, I don't know. The more I think about it,
I think
the worse the movie gets. But
yeah, I think that the only thing that I think with like Thanos is that maybe when Tony snapped his fingers, he's like, I'm putting you back to 2014 and you're not going to remember any of this stuff. But I feel like that's really too complicated and I don't know. Also, Nebula shot her past self, so like, don't really know how that works either. Yeah. But overall, like, just, it was everything that I wanted in Infinity War, and I think that's why I've kind of not resented Infinity War, but like I have a display in my room and it has everyone facing off against Thanos and the Outriders, and now we finally got that, which I think was what I wanted in the first place. So to me, this is just everything that I wanted in the first one and then some, with like especially this past week, we've both been like saying a lot of lines and stuff. So to have all these little callbacks like on your left, like that's powerful to call back to 22 different movies with all these other lines. Like I see a suit of armor around the world. Like that's awesome.
Cheeseburger reference.
The cheeseburger reference all the way from the first one. Like that's insane. Like that just shows, like, to some people that's just like an offhand little remark, but I don't know. It's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Do you have much else to say? I don't have much else to say. I think we kind of covered it pretty well.
Well, we have to talk about the two deaths, right?
Oh, yeah.
The whole time when they went to, I can't even remember the name.
Boromir.
Boromir. Was that what?
Boromir. Boromir is from.
That's from Lord of the Rings. Vormir, I think, with a V.
Boromir. Yeah.
The whole time I'm like, oh, they're just having fun, and I'm like, I know what's gonna happen. Like,
I know.
one of them is not walking out of here.
I'm like, I know what's gonna happen. Hawkeye's gonna die. You know, it's time to get rid of him. You know, he's had a great run. Black Widow movie's coming, so.
Well, I figured. I didn't think that, but I just thought that she didn't really have anyone, which was sad. But like, she didn't have anyone to go back to, really, because Hulk's move on. He's Professor Hulk now. So yeah, that was powerful. I just feel bad because I feel like her death is gonna be very overshadowed by Tony's.
Yeah,
like
it already is. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really talked to anyone else about it because hasn't been a chance. Because there's always people around that haven't seen the movie, so like, I don't know what, like, I have a feeling that it's gonna be overlooked, unfortunately, but which is sad because she's been there since 2010, I think it was, with Iron Man 2. So
yeah, but I mean, it was a powerful death. I mean, I don't know if I cried. I got teary-eyed with it.
Yeah. Did you notice something the second time going in? Anything different, like, the second time going in that you didn't the first time?
Oh, like in general? Or
yeah,
like that
just in general.
The second time going in, there was some stuff. I don't remember what. Like,
for me, there was one line that just did it in for me, and to everyone else, it doesn't mean anything because they first time seeing it. When they're about to go into the quantum realm, and back in time, Natasha turns to Steve and says, "See you in a minute," and I just lost it. That's really? Beforehand. So like, they come back and she's dead now, and that was the last thing that she said to him. Yeah. So it's just, and also she like, hugged Rhodey, and then he's like, watch each other six, and they were fighting to off themselves. So like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that, but you got good points there. What else?
I noticed some music the second time.
Really? Like what?
They played when Iron Man died at the end, when he snapped his fingers. That theme is the same theme of him going into the wormhole with the nuke when he sacrificed himself the first time. So that was a beautiful callback.
That is, wow, I didn't even notice that. By the same composer too. So.
Yeah, he did Captain America: The First Avenger, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Did they play that First Avenger theme in here? Because I felt like they did. But I don't know what it is.
Maybe hints. There was some hints to other themes, but nothing. Yeah, the song that they were dancing to at the end is the song when he goes to visit, when Fury's waiting in his apartment, that he's playing on the radio. So I thought that was interesting. Interesting.
What else?
Were you happy with the little bit that Captain Marvel did?
Oh yeah, I was, because I remember you said you would like her role in here.
Yeah, you asked me, am I gonna like Captain Marvel in this? I'm like, you are going to like it.
Yeah, I mean, she had a very small role, and that's good. Her existence. I'm not trying to be mean with this. Okay. First off, don't take this out of context, but like, her existence in this movie is possibly a flaw because she literally leaves for most of the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I want her more because I don't like her as a character, but like, she's so powerful and she could do so much to help, and she leaves and then comes back at the end. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, "Oh, there's other planets and stuff." Well, Thanos did wipe out trillions, as they say.
Yeah.
Like, hello, you could, if you have a possibility to reverse this. And there's, I mean, it annoyed me less. I've seen a lot of people complain about the scene, so I want to address it. But like, in the end battle where they're like, they have all the female Avengers.
Yeah.
All MCU, and it's like,
so forced.
Yeah, it feels forced, and I'll tell you why this is bad. Because it feels like they were all dispersed on the battlefield, and then they all come together. And it's very forced that they're like, oh look, it's all the female characters and stuff like that coming together, specifically them, nobody else. And when you do that specifically, it's to me, I find it demeaning. I find it insulting to women in general, because you're looking down at them and saying, oh, we have to specialize this one scene of all of them together to highlight them, because all of our other movies don't have this type of team up with the female characters and stuff. And it looks down at them in a way, how I see it. So
no, the first time I didn't mind it as much, but the second time I knew it was coming, I'm like, I don't know. And to me, I think that Infinity War handles that better, like that scene where they're fighting Proxima Midnight, and I just think that it doesn't feel as forced. Like, there's the little panning shot. You even got Mantis in there. Where was she? She was doing nothing the whole time, and then she did nothing anyways.
I love Mantis, but she had so little in this movie.
Even Rocket made fun of her. The chick with the antennas.
Yeah, that was funny. But, I love Mantis, though. But, it just felt... But it's funny, because for me, it annoyed me more the first time, and then the second time it felt fine.
I think Rocket was one of the best parts of this movie. Like, just, like, some of, like, the little... I don't know. He just had a lot of moments with everyone. Like...
It was nice seeing him interact, for sure, like, because it's, like, he's such a different character.
Like
than like them,
Tony at the beginning, like for a second, I thought that you were Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear, yeah.
And when he scared them with the Infinity Stones as well, that was really good. I think he stole a lot of the scenes that he was in.
No, he was definitely one of the more interesting characters of the movie.
Oh, what did you think of Thor?
I was literally going to say that. I mean, I liked how. I mean, it's a good character development of him, because he
lost everything.
He lost everything, and then he completed his failure, but he didn't really complete his failure. I mean, they address this in the movie that, like, he killed Thanos, but it was too late.
Yeah, so he went for the head.
To get that, exactly. I liked that development of him, but the scene at the end with him joining the Guardians, went on way too long.
Thank you. And as someone who loves the Guardians, I'm glad that you're saying that.
Yeah, I like the idea of him being in Guardians 3, but literally we had emotional impact, and then you have that smack dab in the middle, and it took way too long. And it's like, okay, it's like, can we move on to, like, the important stuff? Because, like...
There's other people that I'd rather see wrapping up right now.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because he's not wrapping up stuff. Like, where's Hulk's thing? Like, because Hulk's not wrapping up his story, so we don't need to see his little thing. Or the Spider-Man scene was perfect.
Yeah.
He goes back. That was absolutely perfect. That was emotional. That was serious. That was, like, perfect, where he goes back, he sees Ned, and that was great. Black Panther had a second like that. Perfect. Thor, you're putting on forever, and if he's going to be in another movie, can we not do this? You know, like, but then, and then for me, how they should have done it, like, that whole part right there, also cut out the part with old Captain America. They should have just showed Captain America go to the past, he leaves the shield for Falcon, and then they cut to the part of Captain America in the past. Now that they have old Captain America, it ruins the whole time travel thing in my head, and I'm just like, they could have easily cut that part out. Just don't have an old Captain America, and just show him.
I love that.
It'd be so much more mysterious. I know it's a good part, but, like...
Oh, you mean just show, like, someone sitting on the bench?
No, I would say, here's what you would have done, okay? They show him go to the past, and they're like, he hasn't returned.
Yeah.
Bucky knows what's up. Then they'll go and show maybe the shield itself left on the bench or something. It says for Falcon or Sam, he gets that, and then they'll cut to the part where he's in the past. That's it. But
why does that ruin it, though?
Because the fact that they included old Captain America, like I said, in my head, ruins this whole time travel thing.
But if he's in the past anyways, and you know that he's staying, why not show him old?
Because, like I said, the past, it's an alternate universe of the past if he's staying in the past. But you had your own explanation for that, where maybe Iron Man put Thanos back, and it does follow just one timeline. I have my theory that it's alternate timelines. Also,
when he snapped his fingers, he could have just... I thought he just put the stones back as well. Like, I thought he just went...
Good point.
Boom, the stones are back, and then when they're like... Well, then they have to find a way to send off Steve. But I like that they also put... Oh, well, we didn't talk about Mjolnir either. When he picked it up.
That was an epic moment. That's like when everybody claps in theater. It's like...
Everyone cheered, yeah.
Yeah.
Both times.
And they had... Yeah, when the little Doctor Strange circle shows up, and it's like, that's another time everybody clapped, But, yeah.
I saw it coming the minute that they brought the hammer back. I'm like, okay, so that's a thing.
What'd you see coming?
When Thor called the hammer back to him and they brought it to the future, I'm like, that's going to be a thing.
Oh, that Captain America's going to
Also, the other thing was Mark Ruffalo actually spoiled that Captain America gets married accidentally.
How?
Because he was in an interview, and I see a lot of people talking about this going on that interview. He was talking about how he was sent a dummy script, and he's in an interview with Chris Evans, and he turns to him and he points to him and he says, this guy gets married at the end of the film, like. And then he's like, yeah, well, we can't trust you, Mark, whatever. And he just plays it off like really casual. They don't even show Chris Evans' reaction. They're just focusing on Mark Ruffalo. So I thought that was really interesting.
I heard that direct quote, and I thought, oh, that's just one of the dummy scripts they got. That's never going to happen.
And in my head, I didn't want to say anything either because I'm like, I can see. And then when they showed the scenes with like, when he went back and saw Peggy, I'm like, okay, that's gonna be.
You see, I was till the end until they showed that he had the ring. I was like, nothing happened, you know. But I didn't think about that. But that's interesting. You thought about that. Yeah. What else?
Were you? I also knew that they all had a scene together because on the premiere of Infinity War. Evangeline Lilly was there, and she said it was really... Or no, it wasn't her.
It was Hank Pym.
It was like... I think it was Elizabeth Olsen, and she said, yeah, it was fun to have a scene with Michelle Pfeiffer and everyone all together.
I thought that was Hank Pym's actor. What's his name?
Michael Douglas?
Michael Douglas. I thought Michael Douglas said that, because I remember that. I'm like... Oh, okay. I thought they all just were going to come back in the middle or something like that. So I knew they had.
But that doesn't surprise. But this isn't. This was at the Infinity War premiere. It was a girl who said this. It was
really. Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't really matter. But yeah. I thought it was him.
Well, a scene with Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer wouldn't surprise me. But it was someone not in the movie. Yeah, it was. Yeah, they also someone else. Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow at this premiere said, "Oh, it was really emotional on the last day." When we were all on the cottage on the beautiful lake with everyone there, and then Jon Favreau was there. She's like, "Can I say that?" He's like, "No, you shouldn't have said that." And she's like, "Oh, SHIT," live in front of like everyone. So that was good.
See, that's another reason why I do not watch a lot of these interviews they'll probably spoil stuff. It's kind of a given.
But yeah, that was funny. I'm sure she got in trouble. But what was I gonna say about that? I'm glad that we put the arc reactor in our series.
I know, that was perfect.
With the proof that Tony Stark has a heart.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I'm like, oh yeah, glad we put that in. And I guess that leads us into the accuracy of the sets.
None of them are really. I mean,
well, the compound is the best.
I thought the compound was gonna be the least accurate. I thought that was just a random thing, but that was probably the most accurate. I mean, the
Quinjet probably...
Does it appear? I don't even know. Does it even appear? Like,
yeah, well, actually...
I see the what is it, the Benatar or whatever?
It was the Benatar, yeah, that they flew out in the first time.
Yeah, so it's like...
I guess I never even had... I'm trying to picture the Quinjet now. I mean, there was one parked...
Chitauri, but yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't really see the Chitauri at the end, did you?
Oh, they were at the end. I mean, wasn't that a big thing from them? Like they
yeah, the Leviathan was, but I never really saw...
Did they have a big boy Chitauri or something like that? I don't know, maybe it wasn't.
It was a bunch of different aliens. But yeah, the compound's the most accurate, just not the costumes. At least with Captain Marvel. There was no War Machine Hulkbuster. There was the old Hulkbuster when they were fighting Thanos at the beginning.
Yep. Oh wow, yeah, they should have done the War Machine Hulkbuster at that point.
And but that was Bruce in that one.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And Cap's bike obviously was never going to be in the movie.
Yeah, it's garbage.
But yeah, definitely interesting. Sad again about the quantum realm suits. I think that's a big disappointment.
Yeah, they didn't really need to. Honestly, they shouldn't have shown the quantum realm stuff in any advertisements because they weren't needed in a way. Like, they should have just showed them suited up.
Yeah, they were in there for maybe a second. And the most that you see, I guess, would be Clint in it when he goes back in time when they were doing the test.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't know why all the marketing showed that, because then it gives away, oh, they are going to time travel.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. They were really wrong about the 15-minute thing. I don't know what they were saying. Also, they lied about the scene being made for the trailer.
Which one?
The one where he's like, "You trust me?" He's like, "I do." That one. They said when they're in the Battle of New York and they're about to leave Ant-Man.
Oh, that was. Oh, I didn't even notice that was the same scene.
Yeah,
well, again, I saw that trailer very little because I was like, "Oh, this is spoiler crap. I can't see it."
But someone was interviewing the directors and they were like, I love that scene for the trailer, and the director stops him and he goes, we actually made a lot of the scenes for the trailers and that was one of them. And then it happened and I'm like, okay, that was, I don't know. It was just, it's strange.
Yeah. But what else? I mean, they did make some scenes for the trailer. Like I know, Black Widow shooting.
Mm-hmm. I think that was just cut, maybe, but
maybe. There's some other stuff too, but I couldn't really think of it.
Well, I mean, they CGI'd Thor.
That's true. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
And they didn't actually cut someone out of that one trailer with when they were running out when the Benatar was landing. It was they panned to Pepper.
Yeah, the freaking
they had
stupid
a pan.
IMAX thing showed the freaking Pepper.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I guess that would have been more powerful because he was worried that she was gone.
The stupid character posters showed Pepper. They showed Valkyrie. They showed.
Yeah, Valkyrie I knew because of toys.
Really?
There
Toys
was.
Have her?
Yeah, there was one in her whiteout costume.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and the Gauntlet toy.
Well, that didn't look like it, but they did spoil it.
It was
The other thing was, how did they get Pym particles to bring him through? If they only had one, Nebula would have used it to come back. How did they?
Didn't they steal it from the 70s?
No. With how she brought Thanos through the portal.
Oh yeah. I was thinking that he just
made his own.
Yeah, I was just thinking he made his own.
It's convenient.
Because we don't know how much time has elapsed between that. But then again, I mean, it's enough time for Nebula 2023 to still be tied up and stuff or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of little things, and then there's a lot of major things that are inconsistent. And we got to see how much we could forgive, really.
Yeah, and none of that's ever going to be explained, but.
Nope.
Unless
Guardians 3 is going to be. I think they're going to try to find Gamora, but that's about it. Right?
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense either because she has to still be dead. I was expecting her and Vision to show up, and then I'm like, well, Vision could show up, but Gamora can't because she's still dead.
No,
regardless.
She's the 2014 version of her.
So what? She's out of time?
Yeah, that was the whole point. The 2014 version, since she wasn't part of Thanos' army, at the end because she had a change of heart.
But she wasn't on the ship, so I think
snapped.
Tony put her back. That's the only thing that I can think of.
Wait, what do you mean she wasn't on the ship?
Gamora wasn't on the Benatar.
No, she was with Thanos when he came back in time. Came to the forward.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying after the snap, after Tony's snap.
Yeah.
She wasn't on the ship, so where'd she go?
Remember she kicked...
okay, I know. I'm saying after the snap, when Thanos disappears.
She left. She went missing.
That's my point. So that's why I'm thinking Tony sent them all back to where they were supposed to be.
I think he sent Thanos' army back, and since she wasn't a part of Thanos' army because she had a change of heart, she's just missing. She's out hiding or something. I don't know. That's going to be the part of Guardians 3. That made sense to me. That one I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. I took it as he was searching just to search, but I guess maybe. I don't know. I don't like that. But
to
I
me,
guess
it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense because didn't they say they tried to bring Natasha back and they couldn't do it because of the Soul Stone? So that's
yeah.
But I don't know. Then again, this is pre-Soul. I don't even know. It doesn't even make sense. Okay, I like this movie, but the more I think about it, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Also, I remember them pointing out that there was fresh blood on the thing when Gamora landed. Like the first time, there was fresh blood on the floor. So now I guess that's Natasha with the Soul Stone.
That's
so
deep.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the same time. It wouldn't be.
It
fresh,
would have.
right?
No, it wouldn't be fresh, but there'd probably still be.
Yeah, try it out.
I don't know. But yeah, what else? Spider-Man: Far From Home. I'm still unsure if it's a prequel, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a sequel.
It's gonna be a sequel. Now there's questions. Okay, so did all the kids just get snapped?
Exactly. That's what was bothering me too.
Did the kids? But here's another one. I could see this. They see that life is too short, so they just quit school.
Oh, and they just go seeing the world.
Yeah, and then they come back because of the snap.
I also think
then,
there's a lot of problems with them having a time jump.
Legit,
because
how does the government know which ones are actually 21 and which ones aren't under 21.
But not just that, but like, it's also gonna be really convenient when you have Ned and Aunt May and Peter and all his friends, MJ, the teachers, all of them were chosen for the snap. Like, that's more convenient than...
That's why I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking like Aunt May was still alive. And I'm thinking that's how Happy and her had that relationship.
Oh.
They started maybe over that. That's what I'm thinking.
That's cool. That's good.
Freaking movie. If you're listening to me, Sony, can they make this... If they focus on this Endgame
do reshoots
stuff, I don't think they have to do... I think they knew this whole time. If they focus on this, they could make a really interesting movie. If they focus on like aspects of what happens after the snap, what
also like, maybe Mysterio
rises because of this. He didn't.
I was just about to say that.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I've been thinking. But I'll be honest. I feel like they won't do that, and because of this, I am not hyped for the movie.
No, hang on. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, okay.
In a lot of the interviews, Paul Rudd knew, I think even with the first Ant-Man, when they were writing all that stuff about the snap back then. So whatever they're writing, even Paul Rudd, when he was, because he's a writer on Ant-Man and the Wasp and everything, he already knew that going forward. Yeah, so I'm sure that Sony knows and everything, and I'm sure that they wrote around that. So. Even with Suicide Squad, they had when Superman died, like, literally the next movie they had them mourning and whatever, like, that played a big part of that. So I think going, even with, if they know what they're doing, like, with tying stuff together, I'm sure Marvel knows.
I hope so.
Far From Home.
I really hope so. Because that would be a really cool, like, they need to explain a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, it's just going to be like, okay, what's the point? And, I mean, we should have known Tony Stark died because he's not in any of those trailers.
Right, if he was, they would have been showing him front and center,
Yeah, but, in general, I'm not hyped for Far From Home at this point. I'm, like, I love Marvel Studios to death, but this was the movie to end the movies, you know, like...
Yeah, I keep going back and forth with it being in Phase 3, but I don't know.
Far From Home?
Yeah.
It depends. I mean, it could be. I don't know.
They said that it was. I don't know if I don't know. We'll see how they handle that.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what they're going to do next, because I'll be honest, a lot of the characters I care about I cared about Iron Man, I cared about Captain America. Then we got a lot of the B teams. I like Spider-Man, I like Peter Parker, you know, so that's going to be Far From Home.
And I hope they leave Tony dead. I'm sorry, like,
Why would they not? If they don't do that, oh my gosh.
Literally, the first thing that I saw was, there was a video of someone, they were talking about Mr. Sunday. He's talking about how they can bring him back, like, in holograms, LMDs, life model decoys, in, like, the same thing with Jarvis and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, please, like, that was good. That was a good Cap.
That's it. He's in hiding now because he's old.
Cap, I can see.
Bring back Scarlett Johansson, you know.
Unless for the prequel, but yeah.
I know, that's the thing. The prequel is gonna ruin her death in here too, because it's, yes, I know it still makes sense, but it's like, you killed off the character so we don't have to, you know, we can't experience her anymore. That's the part of death, but no, you are gonna still. Well, I guess that's not a part. Okay, well, that's just a topic about death, but it's dark. Whatever, but you get the point. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to see a Black Widow movie. Why do we need to see a Black Widow movie at this point? I want to see even less now, because
to show how she got such a red in her ledger.
I do not care whatsoever. It's gonna be. I know what they're gonna do too. It's gonna have Hawkeye in it, and it's gonna be about
Budapest.
Whatever. What's Budapest? Yeah, because they mentioned it again, so they're definitely building that up. It will be like freaking. Didn't they learn from Solo? It's gonna be like Solo. We learn how these Castle run. Learn what happened in Budapest.
Learn how she got her stingers and stuff like that.
Legit, yeah. Like, I don't care. Like, give us some more. And if you want to do it, you know, they said we want to do more female heroes. Cool, give us some more new female heroes, because I'm not a fan of Captain Marvel.
Like Squirrel Girl.
Dude, I'm freaking down. I want that show to come out because Squirrel Girl is cute. But okay, that's a topic for another day. Anyways, anything else? No post credits. They just had the really nice reference to
there was. Oh, and this is where they're talking about it. Sorry, I forgot what it was. It was because they had. I didn't stay because I knew that there wasn't, and I also felt that there wasn't because that was a perfect way to end the film. When there's supposedly like metal banging, and people are saying that it's a reference to Iron Man, and then there's some people saying that it's someone building a new suit, and blah blah blah, and they're already trying to do all this stuff. I'm like, please, just stop.
It's just a reference to Iron Man 1. That's all it is. Like, it's literally this exact same thing.
It's nothing. They're like
That's it.
it's I don't know her name. It's the girl who becomes Iron Man or whatever.
Ironheart.
Ironheart. Thank you. And they're like that's her making her suit. And I'm like no, just stop, please.
That's it. It was obviously a reference, but you didn't stay for the credits were really good. Like they have the signature.
No. I stayed for that. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. That
was
great.
awesome. Yeah.
It was the best credits they had.
The Stan Lee cameo was good. But it really makes me hate the Captain Marvel one because they didn't DH him because he's in Mallrats and he's young in that. If he's reading the Mallrats script, then he should be younger. If they were going to DH him...
That was like 93. This was like, what, 70?
I understand, but that's my point. They DH'd him for the 70s, but they didn't DH him for the 90s. And when he films Mallrats...
When he films Mallrats, he still looks...
Does
he have gray hair?
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
He has a black mustache. Mallrats, Stan Lee. So... That's what bothered me the most in that. Also, when he's in he does have white hair, but he has a beard and his hair is gray. He looks completely different. Anyways, but when he was in Captain America, the First Avenger, he was also old. So why not just do the same? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they should have.
That's what bothered me.
Well, he's the Watcher. He can do what he wants.
But he's also someone who cameos in Kevin Smith's film. So.
I don't even know at this point. But yeah, so anything else?
There was when Captain Marvel does a little nod to Rhodey, that's a nod to them having a relationship or something in the comics, and I was like, okay.
Really?
I had no idea.
No.
So
they had a little part with like her and Nick Fury, which was a kind of cool reference to the movie, I guess. But like at the end
but at the end of the day,
they're not together.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
But he had his entrance like he did with the Malibu Mansion. That's how I took it as. He was making a dramatic entrance at the end of the funeral. So.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if that was it, but okay.
We're reaching. I'm trying to fix this problems that this had, but yeah. Overall, I think it's still my favorite.
Because
I've never.
The more I think about it, like just like how it makes sense, the worse it gets. But like the more I think about the experience, better it stays. I don't know.
Yeah, this experience, like I've never had that many emotions, I think, in any other movie, so that to me is a testament to the 22 films and what this film is. So
and this is like the biggest movie ever.
I know. I'm so happy about that. I'm so glad it's taking down everything that I've been wanting.
Love Avatar
and
so
I've
much.
Just movie. Get all that out of here. Like it doesn't deserve it, so I'm happy about it.
Anyways, all right. So,
let me see
Endgame talk. I think.
Yeah, let me see if there's any questions. Someone asked, when are the Harry Potter sets going to leak? This is 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
they're out.
I don't know when that's happening.
2 questions. Shazam CMF draft and a Joker CMF draft. No to both.
I'm amazed you didn't do a Shazam one.
Well, I didn't have time. There's a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
I'm also done school now, so yay. What the heck? Okay. Love your videos and DC series. What was your favorite minifigure to create?
For what, DC?
For DC back then, yeah. I'm probably gonna go with Shazam was the best one. I think.
Probably cool. I like this Wizard Shazam's probably my favorite.
Wizard Shazam? Yeah, that was a fun one as well.
That was a really cool one.
We had a lot of responses because you plugged it in your one thing. I made it, but the podcast was. By the way, what would you like to see from the Lego Movie 2 as a set that hasn't been a set yet?
The cake at the end, right? Wasn't that a good one? Or I guess if you want to do that, if you want to go for a big role, that. If you want to go for a small role, 1,000 times Bill and Ted. But that's such a small role, they wouldn't do that.
The little phone booth thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the cake. I just want the party Benny. I want a cheap way to get that Batman with the long cape. Hopefully the long cape is a thing. Yeah. I see why people are asking why are you going to do a Joker CMF draft. It's because I made a figure literally just for any thumbnail where we're going to talk about the movie. So that's why that's there. And I think that's it. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions and you want to them read out, the first one was by Pig Y Bacon. And who was next?
Wow, the double-decker couch mech
Yeah.
All the pieces are used for the double-decker couch mech.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect that.
Avery Walker. Yeah, that was a fun set to build.
I just finished right now. Oh, crap.
Oh, can you do a Wizard of Oz series? Jaleel? No, sorry. They have the 6 main characters. Go get them.
Munchkins.
And Mahan asked the other question. I think that was it. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'll try and read the names out with the questions next time. But yeah. Anything else? Hopefully we'll be back to doing weekly things with news and stuff.
Next movie is...
Next movie is Pokemon.
Pokemon, then... I don't even know if we're going to see Aladdin.
I do want to see Aladdin, and literally only for that song, because that song makes me feel nostalgic every time. The Whole New World. A Whole New World.
Really?
I love hearing that in the trailer. It looks great, but the rest of it, it really bothers me. Like,
the only reason I see it is for the memes of Will Smith, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot of problems with that already, just looking at it from the trailers. Like, you know how he can't kill people? He's like, 3 rules, whatever, I can't kill people, I can't, whatever. But he can create life. Like, he made that prince. Anyways, it's really frustrating. So, yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, Lion King looks so good. No.
Oh, that was the other thing that was on the list to talk about, the trailer. It looks so gray and bad. And Pumbaa and Timon just looks like the life has been sucked out of them. And Scar looks boring. And
Scar looks so... It sounds like a normal guy. What is with this? The same with freaking Aladdin's Jafar.
Yeah, I can't say his name. It's Mordo from Doctor Strange who's playing Scar.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
There you go. Listen to him go.
This is a really cool name, so
yeah.
gotta get it right.
But anyways,
where was Mordo?
He's hunting. There's no more wizards. Did he say magic? No more. I think he said wizards. I think that's what the line is.
No Mordo. No Louise.
Who cares? I don't care about those two. I was watching Doctor Strange. I'm like, why are you here? Like, Wong could have had every single scene for
I like
Mordo.
Louise. I don't even like the Ant-Man movies, but I like Louise.
I think he was really annoying in the second one.
He was in this. Well, the second one's just a bad movie.
I didn't even get to watch. I didn't even catch up. I got to Far From Home and I skipped 2 Guardians because I saw it recently. Sorry, Homecoming. So I didn't catch up, but oh well.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see it a whole day early, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, be sure to check out Just Too Good's channel and his Twitch.
Wait, can we discuss one more spoiler thing?
Oh, sure. Okay, don't listen. Jump off again.
Spoiler, yeah. Okay. But like,
if you've clicked the non-existent time codes.
Marvel,
sorry.
When Captain Marvel came and entered they're like, somebody has entered.
I forgot. Yeah. I
thought it was gonna be Vision.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Galactus for a second because
really? Oh no!
Listen.
They can't introduce him here.
I thought it was gonna be a bigger threat because I'm like, what are they shooting at? Like, there's something coming through the atmosphere. Really, you can detect her coming through the atmosphere. I don't know. To me, I'm like, it crossed my mind. I'm like, is it gonna be Galactus? Like,
I was like, it's gonna be Vision or Silver Surfer.
Oh, that would have been better, Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
that would have been much cooler if it was Silver Surfer. I expected
Vision more because it's like.
But from the atmosphere, though.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got to say. All right.
Sorry, I just thought of something else. It was funny because the second time going through, I had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, you know what? I've seen the movie. Where am I gonna pop out? Like, where do I think is like boring? And I'm like, am I gonna go on Asgard? And I'm looking around, and that was literally when like 5 people left the theater.
Literally, it's the worst part. Which I can't believe they got Natalie Portman back. But...
And Frigga, but yeah, Natalie Portman.
That part.
So
is
that
way
was
too
funny.
Long. And yeah, the Frigga part it should have worked, but it did not work for me.
Yeah.
Like,
so yeah, I think that's the point where if you need to go to the bathroom, do it then, because that was really boring. And I didn't like Thor's arc. I didn't like what they did to him because I didn't like what they did to him.
But like,
I understand why, but yeah, a lot of the scenes. Also, they reference The Big Lebowski, which is Jeff Bridges, so plot hole.
Yeah, Obadiah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for Avengers Endgame talk. Definitely one of my favorites. But yeah, if you guys want to check us out, go check out Just Too Good's channel. Also check out his Twitch, because I'm sure now we're probably going to be doing a lot of live streams for Avengers Endgame. With all the stuff going on. Yeah, be sure to check us out there. And hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we will see you all in the next one.